Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is why I love Final Fantasy XVI. So dear viewer, if you don't mind, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. So, Final Fantasy XVI originally released in 2023, and it's probably one of the Final Fantasy games that I have replayed the most. And for very good reason, dear viewers. This is a fantastic action RPG Final Fantasy game. That's right, action JRPG. While the recent release of Expedition 33 has restored my faith in turn-based RPGs, prior to the release of Final Fantasy XV, I was starting to get a little bit bored with turn-based RPGs. I was looking for something a little more action-packed. And not only did Final Fantasy XV give me that, the Final Fantasy VII remake also gave me that, and then Final Fantasy XVI. Sorry, I might have said the Final Fantasy XVI remake there when I meant to say the Final Fantasy VII remake. But makes sense, after all I am discussing Final Fantasy XVI. Now, I do have a full-blown review for this game on the channel, so you can go and seek that out and give it a watch if you want. It's quite hilarious if I don't say so myself. I do say so myself. Thank you for saying that, myself. You're very welcome, myself. So our main character in this game is Clive Rosfield, and he's one of the better protagonists in a Final Fantasy game. Certainly much better than Tidus, or whatever the hell he was called in Final Fantasy XII. And that goes for the rest of the characters in this game as well. They're all absolutely splendid. Clive, Joshua, the love interest, the villain, Sid, Sid's daughter, someone who isn't Sid's daughter, someone who looks a lot like Sid but isn't in fact Sid, Clive's uncle, there's a big idiot who looks like Quasimodo out of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. He's quite a good character too. Now, this story isn't going to blow anyone away. It's the usual nonsense about trying to stop some supernatural being who may or may not be our creator from essentially destroying the world. But what is exceptional is that action RPG combat that I alluded to earlier. Makes you feel like you're playing something like Bayonetta instead of Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VIII. And to go with that, the boss fights in this are absolutely stupendous as well. Definitely action affairs. You get to play as summons like Ifrit and Phoenix. And you get to kick the shit out of other big massive summons like Titan and Bahamut and Odin. That's right, dear viewers, the characters in this game can turn into the summons. So Odin's one of the villains, Titan is one of the villains, there's Garuda. So you get to fight the villains in a kind of human form, and then 9 times out of 10, they'll transform into a summon, and then you get to fight them as a summon. And you fight them as Ifrit most of the time, like I already said. So these are big, bombastic, beautiful, bouncing breast boss fights. And that's what I like in my video games. So the characters are good, the gameplay is excellent, the boss fights are excellent. What else? Ah yes, the soundtrack. Though that kinda goes without saying, the Final Fantasy games have been generally known for their excellent soundtracks, and Final Fantasy XVI luckily is no different. Underscores the action rather nicely, heightens the more emotional scenes in the game. And there's quite a few of them. The first time I played this game, I definitely shed a pair of underpants or two. I mean, shed a tear or two. Like I say, I've replayed this game Quite a few times. Not as many times as Final Fantasy XV. And I still wouldn't put Final Fantasy XVI above Final Fantasy XV in my ranking of these games. But it's definitely in my top 5. So, you want more in-depth thoughts? Go and find my bloody review. It's on the channel somewhere. And, give Final Fantasy XVI a go if you haven't already. Yes, do that. And while you're doing that, remember the single most important thing I always tell you, Derbuer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants. And no one wants to be a booby pants.